That's something I believe we, again, call on the concourse on high to aid and assist us in this endeavor as we'll be gathering, I believe, throughout these upcoming days. But thank you for participating, and still feel free to invite friends for this moment. Roy, if you can continue, then we'll kind of lay out the format of what we're planning.
Sure. I'm just going to post this reminder for people who are joining us. We may be in the midst of prayers as people join in. So what we know so far about Mr. Dunbar is that he had a stroke and had surgery. So we just want to make sure that we're calling on the concourse on high to assist him in his healing process, as he has done so many wonderful things for all of us over the years with all of his wisdom, his love, his talks, and those of you who have met him in person or served at the World Center while he was there as a member of the Universal House of Justice will know that he's always given so much of himself. I'd like to start with a prayer to just call us into the room. And then I think Gary and I are going to say the long healing prayer. And then we'd like to open it up for others, anyone who wishes to share prayers for Mr. Dunbar.
And there's also two other prayers that I'd like to ask to be read by two individuals. Sandra, could you also please share the tablet of visitation, Abdul Baha and Elijah
Yes,
Maya?
I will.
Elijah Maya, are you still available?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you please recite the tablet of Ahmad?
Okay.
Thank you, beloved.
Okay.
And then it's open to whomever wishes to share.
And we also want to welcome a newly declared Baha'i named Paul. So welcome, Paul. We're happy to have you with us. Feel free to join us in prayer at any point during this.
And also the invitation is to cite, chant your native tongue, whatever it is that you wish to share, call the concourse on high to aid and assist at this moment. Please feel free and let the spirits guide and lead us to wherever it takes us.
Indeed. Prayer from Abdul Baha. O thou omnipotent Lord, we are all held within the mighty grasp of thy power. Thou art our supporter and our helper. Grant us thy tender mercy. Bestow upon us thy bounty, open the portals of grace, and cast upon us the glance of thy favors. Let a vivifying breeze waft over us, and quicken thou our yearning hearts. Illumine our eyes and make the sanctuary of our hearts the envy of every blossoming bower. Rejoice every soul and gladden every spirit. Reveal thine ancient power and make manifest thy great might. Cause the birds of human souls to soar to new heights, and let thy confidants in this nether world fathom the mysteries of thy kingdom. Set firm our steps and bestow upon us unwavering hearts. We are sinners and thou art the ever forgiving. We are thy servants and thou art the sovereign Lord. We are homeless wanderers and thou art our haven and refuge. Graciously aid and assist us to diffuse thy sweet savors and to exalt thy word. Elevate the station of the dispossessed and bestow thine inexhaustible treasure upon the destitute. Vouchsafe thy strength unto the weak and confer heavenly power upon the feeble. Thou art the provider, thou art the gracious, thou art the Lord who ruleth over all things. Sandra, could you please share the tablet of visitation with us?
Yes, I will.
And as you do, please, everyone, invite loved ones in the concourse on the high into the space. Take a moment to do so. If there's a name, and just because we're promised their aid. And so we're asked Abdul Baha to be in this room as she chants or recites, the tablet of visitation. And then Elijah Maya, will you please recite the tablet of Ahmad thereafter? And then Roy and I will do a long healing prayer. And then the prayer room shall be opened to whatever spirits lead you to share. Thank you all again. Ya
Baha'u'llah. He is all glorious. O God, my God, lowly and tearful, I raise my suppliant hands to thee and cover my face in the dust of that threshold of thine, exalted above the knowledge of the learned and the praise of all that glorify thee. Graciously look upon thy servant, humble and lowly at thy door with the glances of the eye of thy mercy, and immerse him in the ocean of thine eternal grace. Lord, he is a poor and lowly servant of thine, enthralled and imploring thee, captive in thy hand, praying fervently to thee, trusting in thee, in tears before thy face, calling to thee and beseeching thee, saying, O Lord my God, give me thy grace to serve thy loved ones. Strengthen me in my servitude to thee. Illumine my brow with the light of adoration in thy court of holiness and of prayer to thy kingdom of grandeur. Help me to be selfless at the heavenly entrance of thy gate, and aid me to be detached from all things within thy holy precincts. Lord, give me to drink from the chalice of selflessness. With its robe clothe me, and in its ocean immerse me. Make me as dust in the pathway of thy loved ones, and grant that I may offer up my soul for the earth ennobled by the footsteps of thy chosen ones in thy path, O Lord of glory, in the highest. With this prayer that thy servant called thee at dawn tide, and in the night season, fulfill his heart's desire, O Lord, illumine his heart, gladden his bosom, kindle his light, that he may serve thy cause and thy servants. Thou art the bestower, the pitiful, the most bountiful, the gracious, the merciful, the compassionate.
He is the King, the all-knowing, the wise. Lo, the nightingale of paradise singeth upon the twigs of the tree of eternity with holy and sweet melodies, proclaiming to the sincere ones the glad tidings of the nearness of God, calling the believers in the divine unity to the court of the presence of the generous one, informing the severed ones of the message which hath been revealed by God, the King, the glorious, the peerless, guiding the lovers to the seat of sanctity and to this resplendent beauty. Verily, this is that most great beauty, foretold in the books of the messengers, through whom truth shall be distinguished from error, and the wisdom of every command shall be tested. Verily, he is the tree of life, that bringeth forth the fruits of God, the exalted, the powerful, the great. O Ahmad, bear thou witness that verily he is God, and there is no God but him, the King, the Protector, the Incomparable, the Omnipotent, and that the one whom he hath sent forth by the name of Ali was the true one from God, to whose commands we are all conforming. Say, O people, be obedient to the ordinances of God, which have been enjoined in the Bayan by the glorious, the wise one. Verily, he is the king of the messengers, and his book is the mother book, did ye but know. Thus doth the nightingale utter his call unto you from this prison. He hath but to deliver this clear message. Whosoever desireth, let him turn aside from this counsel. And whosoever desireth, let him choose the path to his Lord. O people, if ye deny these verses, by what proof have ye believed in God? Produce it, O assemblage of false ones. Nay, by the one in whose hand is my soul, they are not and never shall be able to do this, even should they combine to assist one another. O Ahmad, forget not my bounties while I am absent. Remember my days during thy days, and my distress and banishment in this remote prison. And be thou so steadfast in my love that thy heart shall not waver, even if the swords of the enemies rain blows upon thee, and all the heavens and the earth arise against thee. Be thou as a flame of fire to my enemies, and a river of life eternal to my loved ones, and be not of those who doubt. And if thou art overtaken by affliction in my path, or degradation for my sake, be not thou troubled thereby. Rely upon God, thy God, and the Lord of thy fathers, for the people are wandering in the paths of delusion, bereft of discernment to see God with their own eyes, or hear his melody with their own ears. Thus have we found them, as thou also dost witness. Thus have their superstitions become veils between them and their own hearts, and kept them from the path of God, the exalted, the great. Be thou assured in thyself that verily he who turneth away from this beauty hath also turned away from the messengers of the past, and showeth pride towards God from all eternity to all eternity. Learn well this tablet, O Ahmad. Chant it during thy days, and withhold not thyself therefrom. For verily God hath ordained for the one who chanteth it the reward of 100 martyrs, and a service in both worlds. These favors have we bestowed upon thee as a bounty on our part, and a mercy from our presence, that thou mayest be of those who are grateful. By God, should one who is in affliction or grief read this tablet with absolute sincerity, God will dispel his sadness, solve his difficulties, and remove his afflictions. Verily, he is the merciful, the compassionate. Praise be to God, the Lord of all the worlds. Baha'u'llah.
He is the healer, the sufficer, the helper, the all-forgiving, the all-merciful. I call on thee, O exalted one, O faithful one, O glorious one. Thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O sovereign, O upraiser, O judge. Thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O peerless one, O eternal one, O single one. Thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O most praised one, O holy one, O helping one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O omniscient, O most wise, O most great one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O clement one, O majestic one, O ordaining one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O beloved one, O cherished one, O enraptured one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O mightiest one, O sustaining one, O potent one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O ruling one, O self-subsisting, O all-knowing one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O Spirit, O light, O most manifest one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O thou frequented by all, O thou known to all, O thou hidden from all, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O concealed one, O triumphant one, O bestowing one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O Almighty, O succoring one, O concealing one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O fashioner, O satisfier, O uprooter, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O rising one, O gathering one, O exalting one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O perfecting one, O unfettered one, O bountiful one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O beneficent one, O withholding one, O creating one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O most sublime one, O beauteous one, O bounteous one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O just one, O gracious one, O generous one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O all compelling, O ever abiding, O most knowing one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O magnificent one, O ancient of days, O magnanimous one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O well-guarded one, O Lord of joy, O desired one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O thou kind to all, O thou compassionate with all, O most benevolent one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O haven for all, O shelter to all, O all-preserving one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O thou succorer of all, O thou invoked by all, O quickening one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O unfolder, O ravager, O most clement one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O thou my soul, O thou my beloved, O thou my faith, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O quencher of thirst, O transcendent Lord, O most precious one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O greatest remembrance, O noblest name, O most ancient way, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O most lauded, O most holy, O sanctified one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O unfastener, O counselor, O deliverer, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O friend, O physician, O captivating one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O glory, O beauty, O bountiful one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O the most trusted, O the best lover, O Lord of the dawn, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O enkindler, O brightener, O bringer of the light, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O Lord of bounty, O most compassionate, O most merciful one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O constant one, O life-giving one, O source of all being, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O thou who penetratest all things, O all-seeing God, O Lord of utterance, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. I call on thee, O manifest yet hidden, O unseen yet renowned, O onlooker sought by all, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one.
I call on thee, O thou who slayest the lovers, O God of grace to the wicked. O sufficer, I call on thee, O sufficer. O healer, I call on thee, O healer. O abider, I call on thee, O abider, thou the ever abiding, O thou abiding one.
Sanctified art thou, O my God, I beseech thee by thy generosity, whereby the portals of thy bounty and grace were opened wide, whereby the temple of thy holiness was established upon the throne of eternity, and by thy mercy, whereby thou didst invite all created things unto the table of thy bounties and bestowals, and by thy grace, whereby thou didst respond in thine own self with thy word, yea, on behalf of all in heaven and earth, at the hour when thy sovereignty and thy grandeur stood revealed, at the dawn time when the might of thy dominion was made manifest. And again do I beseech thee, by these most beauteous names, by these most noble and sublime attributes, and by thy most exalted remembrance, and by thy pure and spotless beauty, and by thy hidden light in the most hidden pavilion, and by thy name cloaked with the garment of affliction every morn and eve, to protect the bearer of this blessed tablet, and whoso reciteth it, and whoso cometh upon it, and whoso passeth around the house wherein it is. Heal thou then by it every sick, diseased, and poor one, from every tribulation and distress, from every loathsome affliction and sorrow, and guide thou by it whosoever desireth to enter upon the paths of thy guidance and the ways of thy forgiveness and grace.
Thou art verily the powerful, the all-sufficing, the healing, the protector, the giving, the compassionate, the all-generous, the all-merciful. Baha'u'llah. Ya Baha'u'llah.
Ya Baha'u'llah. Ya Baha'u'llah.
The prayer room is now open. And if you wish us to play a special video, please put the link in the chat. Thank you.
هل من مفرج غير الله قل سبحان الله هو الله كل عباد له وكل بأمره قائمون.
هل من مفرج غير الله قل سبحان الله هو الله كل عباد له وكل بأمره قائمون. Is there any remover of difficulty save God? Say, praise be God, He is God. All are His servants, and all abide by His bidding.
Is there any remover of difficulties save God? Say, praise be God. He is God. All are His servants, and all abide by His bidding. Hakuna mtu awezaye kuondoa shida yoyote isipokuwa Mwenyezi Mungu. Sema, Mwenyezi Mungu asifiwe. Yeye ni Mungu. Wote ni watumishi wake, na wote wanaishi kwa mapenzi yake. The Bob.
He is God, O Lord my God. O thou help of the feeble, sufferer of the poor and deliverer of the helpless, thy beauty, and fervently call upon thee with my inner tongue, saying, O God, my God, aid me to adore thee. Strengthen my loins to serve thee. Assist me by thy grace in my servitude to thee. Suffer me to remain steadfast in my obedience to thee. Pour forth upon me the liberal diffusions of thy bounty. Let the glances of the eye of thy loving kindness be directed towards me, and immerse me in the ocean of thy forgiveness. Grant that I may be confirmed in my allegiance to thy faith, and bestow upon me a fuller measure of certitude and assurance, that I may wholly dispense with the world. May turn my face with entire devotion towards thy face, be reinforced by the compelling power of proofs and testimonies, and invested with majesty and power. May pass beyond every region of heaven and earth. Verily, thou art the merciful, the all-glorious, the kind, the compassionate. O Lord, these are the survivors of the martyrs, that company of blessed souls. They have sustained every tribulation and displayed patience in the face of grievous injustice. They have forsaken all comfort and prosperity, have willingly submitted to dire suffering and adversity in the path of thy love, and are still held captive in the churches of their enemies, who continually torment them with sore torment. and oppress them because they walk steadfastly in thy straight path. There is no one to help them, no one to befriend them. Apart from the ignoble and the wicked, there is no one to associate and consort with them. O Lord, these souls have tasted bitter agony in this earthly life, and have, as a sign of their love for thy shining beauty of thy countenance, in their eagerness to attain thy celestial kingdom, tolerated every gross indignity that the people of tyranny have inflicted upon them. O Lord, fill their ears with the verses of divine assistance and of a speedy victory, and deliver them from the oppressor of such as has wielded terrible might. Withhold the hands of the wicked, and leave not these souls to be torn by the claws and teeth of fierce beasts. For they are captivated by their love for thee, entrusted with the mysteries of thy holiness, stand humbly at thy door, and have attained to thine exalted precinct. O Lord, graciously reinforce them with a new spirit. Illumine their eyes by enabling them to behold thy wondrous evidences in the gloom of night. Destined for them all good that aboundeth in thy kingdom of eternal mysteries. Make them as brilliant stars shining over all regions, luxurious trees laden with fruits and branches moving in the breezes of dawn. Verily, thou art the bountiful, the mighty, the omnipotent, the unconstrained. There is none other God but thee, the God of love and tender mercy, the all-glorious, the ever-forgiving. Abdu'l-Baha.
O
Praise.
God, refresh and gladden my spirit. Purify my heart. Illumine my powers. I lay all my affairs in thy hand. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. I will be a happy and joyful being. O God, I will no longer be full of anxiety, nor will I let trouble harass me. I will not dwell on the unpleasant things of life. O God, thou art more friend to me than I am to myself. I dedicate myself to thee, O Lord.
All praise, O my God, be to thee, who art the source of all glory and majesty, of greatness and honor, of sovereignty and dominion, of loftiness and grace, of awe and power. Whomsoever thou willest, thou causest to draw nigh unto the most great ocean, and on whomsoever thou desirest, thou conferrest the honor of recognizing thy most ancient name. Of all who are in heaven and on earth, none can withstand the operation of thy sovereign will. From all eternity, thou didst rule the entire creation, and thou wilt continue forevermore to exercise thy dominion over all created things. There is none other God but thee, the Almighty, the most exalted, the all-powerful, the all-wise. Illumine, O Lord, the faces of thy servants, that they may behold thee, and cleanse their hearts, that they may turn unto the court of thy heavenly favors, and recognize him who is the manifestation of thyself and the day spring of thine essence. Verily, thou art the Lord of all worlds. There is no God but thee, the unconstrained, the all-subduing. Baha'u'llah.
Tu nombre es mi curación, mi Dios, y recuerdo de ti es mi remedio. La próxima de ti es mi esperanza, y el amor por ti es mi compañero. Tu misericordia hacia mí es mi curación, mi socorro en este mundo y en el venidero. Tú verdaderamente eres el Todopoderoso, el omnisciente, sapientísimo. De todos los queridos amigos de Nicaragua.
Praise be to thee, O Lord my God, my Master. Thou hearest the sighing of those who, though they long to behold thy face, are yet separated from thee and far distant from thy court. Thou testifiest to the lamentations which those who have recognized thee pour forth because of their exile from thee and their yearning to meet thee. I beseech thee by those hearts which contain naught except the treasures of thy remembrance and praise, and which show forth only the testimonies of thy greatness and the evidences of thy might, to bestow on thy servants who desire thee power to approach the seat of the revelation of the splendor of thy glory, and to assist them whose hopes are set on thee, to enter into the tabernacle of thy transcendent favor and mercy.
Naked am I, O my God. Clothe me with the robe of thy tender mercies. I am sore athirst. Give me to drink of the oceans, thy bountiful favor. I am a stranger. Draw me near unto the source of thy gifts. I am sick. Sprinkle upon me thy healing waters of thy grace. I am a captive. Rid me of my bondage by the power of thy might and through the force of thy will, that I may soar on the wings of detachment toward the loftiness summits of creation. Thou verily doest what thou choosest. There is no God but thee, the help in peril, the all glorious, the unconstrained.
हे परमेश्वरा, तुझे नाव है माझे सांत्वन, तुझे स्मरण है माझे औषध, तुझी भक्ती मज सांगाती, ओढ मला तव सानिध्याची. तुझी दया मज दोष मुक्त करी, इह परलोकी तारणहारी. सर्वज्ञ हि तू, समृद्ध हि तू, अनंत ज्ञानांचा धारक तू.
يا إلهي اسمك شفائي وذكرك دوائي وقربك رجائي وحبك مؤنسي ورحمتك طبيبي ومعيني في الدنيا والآخرة وإنك أنت المعطي العليم وحكيم.
I'd like to play a video that was requested. Let me know if you are unable to hear it.
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep.
He's a sexual compulsive with you.
So I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you. And so I want you to know that I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry, 'cause I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
The room is still open.
Oh, tú cuyo rostro es mi objetivo y mi adoración, cuya belleza es mi santuario, cuya morada es mi objetivo, cuya alabanza es mi esperanza, cuya providencia es mi compañera, cuyo amor es la causa de mi existencia, cuya mención es mi consuelo, cuya proximidad es mi deseo, cuya presencia es mi más caro anhelo y elevadísima aspiración. Te suplico que no me niegues, aunque tú ordenaste para los elegidos entre tus siervos. Provéeme entonces con el bien de este mundo y del venidero. Tú, verdaderamente, es el Rey de todos los hombres. No hay Dios sino tú, el siempre perdonador, el más generoso.
Thou hast written concerning the tablet of Bakaya'ali, Bakayavafi, tablet of protection. This tablet is for the healing of ailments.
I like the contrast of creamy, thick mac and cheese with something a little bit sharp.
This tablet is for the healing of ailments. Whenever one is anxious about the recovery of an ill one, he may read this prayer with a melodious voice while in a state of the utmost attention and concentration. Abdul Baha. In his name, the exalted, the all highest, the most sublime. Glorified art thou, O Lord my God. O thou who art my God and my master and my Lord and my support and my hope and my refuge and my light. I ask of thee, by thine hidden and treasured name, that none knoweth save thine own self, to protect the bearer of this blessed tablet from every calamity and pestilence, and from every wicked man and woman, from the evil of the evildoers, and from the scheming of the unbelievers. Preserve him, moreover, O my God, from every pain and vexation. O thou who holdest in thy hand the empire of all things. Thou truly art powerful over all things. Thou doest as thou willest, and ordainest as thou pleasest. O thou King of kings, O thou kind Lord, O thou source of ancient bounty, of grace, of generosity and bestowal, O thou healer of sicknesses, O thou sufficer of needs, O thou light of light, O thou light above all lights, O thou revealer of every manifestation, O thou compassionate, O thou the merciful, do thou have mercy upon the bearer of this tablet, through thy most great mercy and thine abundant grace, O thou the gracious, thou the bounteous. Guard him, moreover, through thy protection, from whatsoever his heart and mind may find repugnant. Of those endued with power, thou verily art the most powerful. The glory of God rest upon thee, O thou rising sun. Do thou testify unto that which God hath testified of his own self, that there is none other God besides him, the Almighty, the best beloved. Baha'u'llah.
Ya Baha'u'llah Baha. Ya Baha'u'llah Baha. Ya Baha'u'llah Baha. Ya Baha'u'llah Baha. Ya Baha'u'llah.
O thou kind Lord, thou hast created all humanity from the same stock. Thou hast decreed that all shall belong to the same household. In thy holy presence, they are all thy servants, and all mankind are sheltered beneath thy tabernacle. All have gathered together at thy table of bounty. All are illumined through the light of thy providence. O God, thou art kind to all. Thou hast provided for all, dost shelter all, conferrest life upon all. Thou hast endowed each and all with talents and faculties, and all are submerged in the ocean of thy mercy. O thou kind Lord, unite all. Let the religions agree and make the nations one, so that they may see each other as one family and the whole earth as one home. May they all live together in perfect harmony. O God, raise aloft the banner of the oneness of mankind. O God, establish the most great peace. Cement thou, O God, the hearts together. O thou kind Father God, gladden our hearts through the fragrance of thy love. Brighten our eyes through the light of thy guidance. Delight our ears with the melody of thy word, and shelter us all in the stronghold of thy providence. Thou art the mighty and powerful. Thou art the forgiving, and thou art the one who overlooketh the shortcomings of all mankind.
Oh Lord, lift me up that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, lift me up, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, lift me up, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, lift me up, lift me up. Oh Lord, guide my feet, Lord, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, guide my feet, Lord, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, guide my feet, Lord, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, guide my feet, Oh Lord, lift me up, Lord, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, lift me up, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, lift me up, Lord, that I may not turn back. Oh Lord, lift me up, Oh Lord, guide my feet, Oh Lord, raise me up, Lord, raise me up, Lord, raise me up.
Beautiful.
Thy name is my healing. Thy name is my healing. Thy name is my healing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thy name is my healing. Thy name is my healing. Thy name is my healing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Baha'u'llah, 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 Baha'u'llah. Thy name is my healing, and remembrance of thee is my remedy. Nearness to thee is my hope, and love for thee is my companion. Thy mercy to me is my healing and my succor in both this world and the world to come. Thou verily art the all-bountiful, the all-knowing, the all-wise. Thy name is my healing. Thy name is my healing. Thy name is my healing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Baha'u'llah, 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 Baha'u'llah.
Glory be to thee, O Lord my God. I implore thee by thy name, through which thou didst lift up the ensigns of thy guidance, and didst shed the radiance of thy loving kindness, and didst reveal the sovereignty of thy lordship, through which the lamp of thy names hath appeared within the niche of thine attributes. And he who is the tabernacle of thy unity and the manifestation of detachment hath shone forth, through which the ways of thy guidance were made known, and the paths of thy good pleasure were marked out, through which the foundations of error have been made to tremble, and the signs of wickedness have been abolished, through which the fountains of wisdom have burst forth, and the heavenly table hath been sent down, through which thou didst preserve thy servants, and didst vouchsafe thy healing, through which thou didst show forth thy mercy, tender mercies unto thy servants, and revealedst thy forgiveness amidst thy creatures. I implore thee to keep safe him who hath held fast and returned unto thee, and clung to thy mercy, and seized the hem of thy loving providence. Send down then upon him thy healing, and make him whole, and endue him with a constancy vouchsafed by thee, and a tranquility bestowed by thy highness. Thou art verily the healer, the preserver, the helper, the almighty, the powerful, the all-glorious, the all-knowing. Baha'u'llah.
Were it not for the cold, how would the heat of thy words prevail, O expounder of the worlds? Were it not for calamity, how would the sun of thy patience shine, O light of the worlds? Lament not because of the wicked. Thou art created to bear and endure, O patience of the worlds. How sweet was thy dawning on the horizon of the covenant among the stirs of sedition, and thy yearning after God, O love of the worlds. By thee the banner of independence was planted on the highest peaks, and the sea of bounty surged, O rapture of the worlds. By thine aloneness the sun of oneness shone, and by thy banishment the land of unity was adorned, O thou exile of the worlds. We have made abasement the garment of glory, and affliction the adornment of thy temple, O pride of the worlds. Thou seest the hearts are filled with hate, and to overlook is thine, O thou concealer of the sins of the worlds. When the swords flash, go forward. When the shafts fly, press onward, O thou sacrifice of the worlds. Dost thou wail, or shall I wail? Rather shall I weep at the fewness of thy champions, O thou who hast caused the wailing of the worlds. Verily, I have heard thy call, O all glorious beloved. And now is the face of Baha flaming with the heat of tribulation and with the fire of thy shining word. And he hath risen up in faithfulness at the place of sacrifice, looking towards thy pleasure, O ordainer of the worlds. O Ali Akbar, thank thy Lord for this tablet, whence thou canst breathe the fragrance of my meekness, and know what hath beset us in the path of God, the adored of all the worlds. Should all the servants read and ponder this, there shall be kindled in their veins a fire that shall set aflame the worlds. Baha'u'llah.
Whoever sets out on a teaching journey to any place, let him recite this prayer day and night during his travels in foreign lands. O God, my God, thou seest me enraptured and attracted toward thy glorious kingdom, enkindled with the fire of thy love amongst mankind, a herald of thy kingdom in these vast and spacious lands, severed from aught else save thee, relying on thee, abandoning rest and comfort, remote from my native home, a wanderer in these regions, a stranger fallen upon the ground, humble before thine exalted threshold, submissive toward the heaven of thine omnipotent glory, supplicating thee in the dead of night and at the break of dawn, entreating and invoking thee at morn and at eventide to graciously aid me to serve thy cause and spread abroad thy teachings and to exalt thy word throughout the east and the west. O Lord, strengthen my back, enable me to serve thee with the utmost endeavor, and leave me not to myself, lonely and helpless in these regions. O Lord, grant me communion with thee in my loneliness, and be my companion in these foreign lands. Verily, thou art the confirmer of whomsoever thou willest in that which thou desirest, and verily thou art the all-powerful, the omnipotent. Abdu'l-Baha.
This is a prayer for detachment. I'm sorry, I lost it.
Is there any remover of difficulties save God? Say, praised be God. He is God. Say, all are his servants, and all abide by his bidding. Is there any remover of difficulties save God?
Okay, prayer for detachment. In the name of thy Lord, the Creator, the Sovereign, the all-sufficing, the most exalted, he whose help is implored by all men. Say, O my God, O thou who art the maker of the heavens and of the earth, O thou, O Lord of the kingdom, thou well knowest the secrets of my heart, while thy being is inscrutable to all save thyself. Thou seest whatsoever is of me, while no one else can do this save thee. Vouchsafe unto me through thy grace what will enable me to dispense with all except thee, and destine for me that which will make me independent of everyone else besides thee. Grant that I may reap the benefits of my life in this world and in the next. Open to my face the portals of thy grace, and graciously confer upon me thy tender mercy and bestowals. O thou who art the Lord of grace abounding, let thy celestial aid surround those who love thee, and bestow upon us the gifts and bounties thou dost possess. Be thou sufficient unto us of all things. Forgive our sins and have mercy upon us. Thou art our Lord and the Lord of all created things. No one else do we invoke but thee, and naught do we beseech but thy favors. Thou art the Lord of bounty and grace, invincible in thy power, and the most skillful in thy designs. No God is there but thee, the all-possessing, the most exalted. Confer thy blessings, O my Lord, upon the messengers, the holy ones, and the righteous. Verily thou art God, the peerless, the all-compelling.
Aloha, aloha, aloha. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Aloha, aloha, aloha. He is God, O Lord my God, my well-beloved. These are servants of thine that have heard thy voice, given ear to thy word, and hearkened to thy call. They have believed in thee, witnessed thy wonders, acknowledged thy proof, and testified to thine evidence. They have walked in thy ways, followed thy guidance, discovered thy mysteries, comprehended the secrets of thy book, the verses of thy scrolls, and the tidings of thy epistles and tablets. They have clung to the hem of thy garment and held fast unto the robe of thy light and grandeur. Their footsteps have been strengthened in thy covenant, and their hearts made firm in thy testament. Lord, do thou kindle in their hearts the flame of thy divine attraction, and grant that the bird of love and understanding may sing within their hearts. Grant that they may be even as potent signs, resplendent standards, and perfect as thy word. Exalt by them thy cause, unfurl thy banners, and publish far and wide thy wonders. Make by them thy word triumphant, and strengthen the loins of thy loved ones. Unloose their tongues to laud thy name, and inspire them to do thy holy will and pleasure. Illumine their faces in thy kingdom of holiness, and perfect their joy by aiding them to arise for the triumph of thy cause. Lord, feeble are we. Strengthen us to diffuse the fragrances of thy holiness. Pour, enrich us from the treasures of thy divine unity. Naked, clothe us with the robe of thy bounty. Sinful, forgive us our sins by thy grace, thy favor, thy pardon. Thou art verily the aider, the helper, the gracious, the mighty, the powerful. The glory of glories rests upon them that are fast and firm. Abdul Baha. He who puts his trust in God, God will suffice him. He who fears God, God will send him relief. He who puts his trust in God, God will suffice him. He who fears God, God will send him relief. He who puts his trust in God, God will suffice him. He who fears God, God will send him relief. God will send him relief. God will send him relief.
I'd like to play a video that was requested. A healing prayer for Mr. Dunbar.
I call on thee, O peerless one, O eternal one, O single one. I call on thee, O peerless one, O eternal one, O single one. Thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. Most praised one, O holy one, O helping one. I call on thee, O most praised one, O holy one, O helping one. Thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one, thou the sufficing, thou the healing, thou the abiding, O thou abiding one. بکیا سبحانو، بکیا قدسانو، بکیا مستعان. بکیا سبحانو، بکیا قدسانو، بکیا مستعان. أنت الكافي وأنت الشافي وأنت الباقي. أنت الكافي وأنت الشافي وأنت الباقي يا باقي. أنت الكافي
Thou the sufficing,
أنت الشافي
Thou the healing,
أنت الباغي
Thou the abiding, Thou the sufficing,
أنت الكافي
Thou the healing,
أنت
Thou the
الشافي
abiding,
أنت الباغي
Oh, Thou abiding one.
Allow our friends. We initially were going to have this for an hour. We're going to stretch it till 10 o'clock. Hard stop at 10 o'clock because people are sharing. So thank you. And this at this point, please share. But we're also gonna have pop-ups in between. And this is just how it goes. Those that can make it, the spirits are here. But at 10 o'clock, we're gonna stop. So just please share what it is that the Spirit leads you to do. And we just thank everyone for participating. Just thank you so very much. So please, the prayer room is still open, and share what, and if you have to go, please, your spirits remain. And but we're gonna hold it till 10 o'clock. So please share.
This heart, this heart, it sings of only you. This heart, it sings for only you. Wounded and bleeding, enchanted, undone. This heart, I swear, it sings for only you. The musk in your hair, the spell of your face. This heart, I swear, delights in only you. And just to be in heaven, standing there, this heart finds its rightful place in glory. The moonlight of your eyes, and drenched in fire, dark clouds now flee from this heart's ecstasy. Be kind, generous, take pity, take care. And this heart's pathetic agitation, driven from everything, drawn just to you, freed from death, in tasting your affliction. Let sparks fly. This heart's Father is a fire. This joyful heart will burn hot with desire. This joyful heart will burn hot with desire. Allah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Paul. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I understand this is for Hooper Dunbar.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what his favorite prayer was, but I will be praying for him and his family. His talks have been ever so meaningful in my life, and I've never met him. But I feel like I've met him. I can feel his spirit, and I wish him a speedy recovery and no neurological deficits and a healthful return and a caring, compassionate family because he is a light in this world.
Paul, look at your sisters. We're all here
Hi.
welcoming you. We love you,
Hi.
brother.
We love you both. We
Thank
love you so
you.
much. Thank you. I'm so happy to see you on this call. Very
Yes.
special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Love you.
Here's another sister.
Hi.
There's another sister, Roya.
Hi, Roya.
You're surrounded by sisters.
This is your family now.
And for everyone, can you please fill them in what is happening? Paul is a...
Paul, you tell them.
Yes.
Well, I broke my brain. I meditated and prayed so hard I broke my brain. And a miracle happened. And I unlocked something that can't be undone. And I live in the spirit now. And I share joy with everyone I meet. And, you know, there's a saying, everywhere you go, there you are. And I used to see that as a negative saying. But now I see it as the most uplifting saying. Because, you know, we're all miracles. And once I realized and I had enough people in my corner giving me the words of reassurance that I needed and telling me just to not be so hard on myself. And, you know, in prayer and meditation and the teachings of the Bab and Baha'u'llah, they open doors for me in ways. And yeah, I was raised in the Lutheran church, and you know, I talk to all these manifestations as if they were my friends, and it's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to do. You just open up your mind and pray hard enough, and they appear. And you know, social media is kind of a blessing because you know I get to live vicariously through my friends' lives, and you know, I watch their kids grow up, and I watch their families, and you know, I get to pray for everyone all at the same time, and it's been this blessing in my life. And you know, my kids are going to go on to such bigger and better things than what I was able to achieve in my mind because they're so well educated and they're so bright and brilliant, and I struggled so much in school, and um but now looking back, it was all self-imposed, and I was just talking to God but not knowing how to listen. And once I put the pieces of the puzzle together, it made sense. And there was no missing pieces. It just more pieces and more pieces and more pieces, and the pieces just kept falling into place. And now it's just this really big puzzle, but it's a beautiful picture. And it's woven into the tapestry of my life. And, you know, I'm touched by everyone I meet. And, you know, I hold doors open for people, and I try to be polite, and I try to remember names. Sometimes it takes me a while, and, you know, but I try. And I'm just grateful for the journey. I have gratitude for the journey, because without any of the hardship, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yep. Exactly. Thank you, my brother. And all of that to say, this man is a newly declared Baha'i. I wanted you to say that, Paul.
We just became Baha'i. Yes.
So, thank you. Welcome to the family, brother.
Love you, Paul. Yeah, we love you. We love you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Would it be appropriate to sing him a welcome song?
Go right ahead. Absolutely.
Go for it. Oh, yeah.
Welcome, Paul, welcome to the family of Baha. Welcome, Paul, welcome to the family of Baha. And in this moment fleeting, we'll sing to you this greeting. Welcome, welcome to the family of Baha. Welcome, welcome, Allahu Baha. Welcome, Paul, welcome. Rest your weary soul. Welcome, Paul, welcome. Rest your weary soul. And in this moment fleeting, we'll sing to you this greeting. Welcome to the home of God. Welcome, welcome, Allah.
Thank you for the kind welcome.
That came from Africa. Sweet.
That was
Sweet. Love it.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. This moment will live on for eternity in my mind, and I pray that we will have many more moments like this, because it's just so, you know, it's a gift.
Well, you're welcome, my brother. And there are two gentlemen here that I would just ask if they would like to say something. They are the shoulders I stand on. And whenever I see them in the room, I clear the way. For Mr. Van Gilmore, Mr. Charles Bullock, if there's a prayer or something they'd like to share, I humbly ask them to please do so.
Well, let's give him a little time, Gary. I have a Ruhi song in Spanish, and it's just little by little, bit by bit. Come, Rus, poco a poco, día a día. Come, Rus, poco a poco, día a día. And that's how Paul found out he was a Baha'i, and now he has proper documentation, just in case. We must keep our humor about us. God loves laughter.
Thank you. And Brother Van, I see you've unmuted.
One more song before Van comes in, please. If I may. This one comes from Nigeria. I was there for 1 year, where I did my master's degree. And it says, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Baha'i Kirawan, Baha'i Kirawan, Ojon Tutu Tide, Ojon Tutu Tide, Baha'u'llah today. Baha'u'llah today. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Baha'u'llah has come. Baha'u'llah has
Has
come.
come.
Baha'u'llah has
Baha'u'llah has
come.
come.
Baha'u'llah has
Baha'u'llah has
come.
come.
Baha'u'llah has come. Baha'u'llah has come.
It's beautiful. If you don't mind me asking, how did you complete your master's degree in 1 year? That's impressive.
It was a program for studying educational evaluation. It's a 1 year program. You went there by a German scholarship. So
Oh,
African
yeah,
countries,
I know I know I'm German.
there you go. Thank you for those German scholarships. African countries sent their students there to learn educational evaluation because African countries were beginning to create their own curricula, school curricula. So they would have to start a curriculum from scratch. And you need an educational evaluator then to say, okay, are you doing things all right or are you doing things wrong?
All right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for that share. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the space.
Brother Van, I see you're unmute.
I also want to mention that Mr. William Maxwell is also in the room.
Yes.
He was recently at, I think, was it Desert Rose Baha'i Institute with Mr. Dunbar? So perhaps you could share some.
Yes. So we'll have Van, Charles, and then Mr. William Maxwell. Is that fine?
Absolutely.
Hear me, ye mortal birds, in the rose garden of changeless splendor, a flower hath begun to bloom, compared to which every other flower is but a thorn. And before the brightness of whose glory the very essence of beauty must pale and wither. Arise, arise, therefore, and with the whole enthusiasm of your heart, with all the eagerness of your souls, the full fervor of your will, and the concentrated effort of your entire being, strive to attain the paradise of his presence.
That was awesome. That was just so awesome. I could feel the power of your spirit. Beautiful.
With no voice.
I just have something I'd like to read, a prayer. But before doing it, I would like to just say how happy I am and very surprised to see the name on my screen of William Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
which goes
Me
back to
too.
the
Me too.
goes back to the days of when I became a Baha'i a few centuries ago. And I'm just kidding, but we're so happy to see him. It's very, very special, very special. Um, so I just wanted to share these words. Glorified art thou, O Lord my God. Behold how one slave has stood at the door of another, seeking from him his freedom. And this despite the fact that his owner is himself, but thy thrall and thy servant, and is evanescent before the revelations of thy supreme lordship. I testify at this moment as I stand before thee to that whereunto thou didst testify to thyself by thyself, that verily thou art God, and there is none other God but thee. From everlasting thou hast inhabited the loftiest heights of power, might, and majesty, and will to everlasting continue to abide in the sublimity of thy glory, awe, and beauty. All kings are as vassals before the gate of thy grace. The rich are but destitute at the shore of that sacred dominion. And all great ones are but feeble creatures within the court of thy glorious bounty. How then can this thrall claim for himself ownership of any other human being? Nay, his very existence before the court of thy might is a sin with which no other sin in thy kingdom can compare. Glorified and immeasurably glorified art thou beyond every description and praise. For my God says he hath asked this servant for his freedom. I call thee to witness at this moment that I verily have set him free in thy path, liberated him in thy name, and lifted from his neck the shackles of servitude, that he may serve thee in the daytime and in the night season, whilst I pray that thou mayest never free mine own neck from the chains of thy servitude. This verily is my highest hope and supreme aspiration, and to this thou thyself art a mighty witness. Baha'u'llah.
With
Thank
that,
you.
Mr. William Maxwell, will you please share in this space?
This program was organized, I take it, to pray for Hooper Dunbar.
Yes, correct.
I knew Hooper Dunbar probably 70 years ago, somewhere like that. And my memory of him was that he was one of the youngsters, very young persons like Johnny Eisenhower of Phoenix and other children who volunteered to give up their normal career pattern and become pioneers in some remote country. John Eisenhower, I think, was 17, left high school over the objection of everybody in Phoenix, but Shoghi Effendi approved. Hooper similarly was a young man. I don't remember the exact age, but something in that range. And so he'd also pioneered to Central America. But he was honored, if I understand his story correctly, by being an escort, one of the few angels that our species has produced. I ask people all the time, or sometimes, what's the purpose of religion? An answer is to produce saints. The world has very few of those. In my lifetime, I think I might have met 3 or 4, maybe 5 persons with saintly character. And one of them was Enoch Olinga. All of you, I was looking at your faces, all of you are too young to have met Enoch Olinga, but I met him on many occasions. The beauty of being in the presence of an angel is that he reaffirms the eternality of life in your soul. He connects your soul to something eternal. Hooper had the great honor of being the escort for Enoch Olinga in Central America. And he told us about it a few weeks ago at Desert Rose. So let us pray that Hooper can tell more children and young people about his life, particularly that part of his life in which he lived with saints. How many of you have experienced a saint in your life? Think about it. Then what's the purpose of religion? Mr. Dunbar served on the Universal House of Justice and is now teaching thousands of people worldwide the essence of the Baha'i religion. When we look at our religion compared with the other religions, there are many things that stand out. One of them, another one besides producing saints every once in a while, is that we who are Baha'is today inherit a religion founded and pursued by incredible heroes who understood that to enter heaven, to enter the real heaven, believing in the prophet is not enough. This was the great mistake of Christianity. Much of Christianity, not all, but much of Christianity said, once you believe in Jesus, you're assured of heaven. This was blasphemously wrong. More than belief is required. A degree of purification is required. And that's the beauty of the course that was taught just a few weeks ago at Desert Rose, a course on the Dawnbreakers, running for 8 days, basically 10 hours a day. We read actually every word in that book. Every word, minus the French footnotes. We went around the room reading and discussing. There's a greatness in the Baha'i faith that no other religion has. We produce saints. And the world is waiting for us to prove it. The world is looking at us. Does your character reflect heaven? If your character reflects heaven, I want to join your character and on the pathway to heaven. If your character does not reflect heaven, I'm not sure I want to join you. Hooper lived for a while with heaven, and to be with him was to enjoy it a bit. So let us, you pray, you said a lot of prayers for him. I'm sure he will appreciate it. Tell him the story, please, that he has to come alive, come more alive today and tell the young people of the world, what's it like to be on a real pathway to heaven?
Thank you for that blessing, Dr. Maxwell. That was so beautiful. I am indeed going to be sharing this recording with those who are closest to Mr. Dunbar so they can play the different parts of it for him during his recovery. Thank you so much. I wanted to leave some space for Miss Aliyah, who, sorry, Lajamai, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Aliyah requested to be able to recite a poem, so I wanted to invite her to come forward and do that, please.
And then Elijah Maya, please.
And then Lajamaya, yes.
Please.
Thank you. This is for and in the spirit of Hooper Dunbar and all of the kings in the room. Ya Baha'u'llah. The crown of a king belongs to the man who fully understands. His royal crown can never be touched or moved by mortal hand. His sovereignty is a state of glory, unrealized by carnal man. He is ranked amidst the army of light, where only the pure ones stand. He lives and leads with honor. He surrenders his will to truth. He bends and bows only at God's command, that he may fortify his root. The true embodiment of justice. No fight to the death he's ever led. For there's never a need to pick his battles, for he picks his victories instead. He surrenders his will to the holy will of God. His inner vision is as the pupil of God's eye. And he relies on the Spirit of truth to reveal what Holy Spirit bestows from on high. He is sovereign, defender, unifier, protector. A king of kings is he. And on the throne of justice and fairness he reigns with staunch audacity. This is the mark of the wearer of the crown, a true sign of royalty, whose words echo with certitude and wisdom, whose actions labor in loyalty. Heavy is the head that bears the crown, a noble brow has he. Assured is the man who values his worth, for a chosen king is he.
Magnificent.
Ya Baha'u'llah.
Ya Baha'u'llah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Ya Baha'u'llah.
Beloved Elijah Ma, I believe she was going to say something.
Yes, I wanted to share a prayer.
Please.
To Aaliyah, that was beautiful. And my gratitude to Dr. Maxwell, who shared the words about Mr. Dunbar. I had the bounty of being with them both here at Desert Rose, and it was a true bounty. I offer this prayer. Oh my God, the God of bounty and mercy, thou art that King by whose commanding word the whole creation hath been called into being. And thou art that all-bountiful one, the doings of whose servants have never hindered him from showing forth his grace, nor have they frustrated the revelations of his bounty. Suffer this servant, I beseech thee, to attain unto that which is the cause of his salvation in every world of thy world. Thou art verily the Almighty, the most powerful, the all-knowing, the all-wise. Baha'u'llah. O Baha'u'llah.
In the same vein of what Mr. William Maxwell just said, he reminded me of this piece from the writings of Abdul Baha. And it reads, O ye who are the chosen ones of the Abha kingdom, praise ye the Lord of hosts, For he, riding upon the clouds, hath come down to this world out of the heaven of the invisible realm, so that east and west were lit by the glory of the Son of Truth. And the call of the kingdom was raised, and the heralds of the realm above, with melodies of the concourse on high, sang out the glad tidings of the coming. Then the whole world of being did quiver for joy, and still the people, even as the Messiah saith, slept on. For the day of the manifestation, when the Lord of hosts descended, found them wrapped in the slumber of unknowing. As he saith in the gospel, my coming is even as when the thief is in the house, and the goodman of the house watcheth not. From amongst all mankind, he hath chosen you, and your eyes have been opened to the light of guidance, and your ears attuned to the music of the company above, and blessed by abounding grace. Your hearts and souls have been born into new life. Thank ye and praise ye God, that the hand of infinite bestowals hath set upon your heads this gem-studded crown, this crown whose lustrous jewels will forever flash and sparkle down all the reaches of time. And to thank him for this, make ye a mighty effort, and choose for yourselves a noble goal. Through the power of faith, obey ye the teachings of God, and let all your actions conform to his laws. Abdul Baha. And this is number 17. Should you get the bounty, please read 17 from Selections. And again, thank everyone. It's hard for me to close this space, or I pause this space because it's never a close. It's an opening. So if there's something that someone would like to share before we just bid each other adieu for now. And,
this is Eugene.
Yes.
I got on late, but I heard that we had have a new declarant. Paul.
Yes.
I wanted to share something. I heard Dr. Maxwell mention that they did some studying of the Dawnbreakers at Desert Rose, and it reminded me of a paragraph. It's on page 586 of the Dawnbreakers, and I want to read this to Paul. It's just one paragraph, and it says, "Be thankful to God for having enabled you to recognize his cause. Whoever has received this blessing must, prior to his acceptance, have performed some deed which, though he himself was unaware of its character, was ordained by God as a means whereby he has been guided to find and embrace the truth. As to those who have remained deprived of such a blessing, their acts alone have hindered them from recognizing the truth of this revelation. We cherish the hope that you, who have attained to this light, will exert your utmost to banish the darkness of superstition and unbelief from the midst of the people. May your deeds proclaim your faith and enable you to lead the erring into the paths of eternal salvation. The memory of this night will never be forgotten. May it never be effaced by the passage of time, and may its mention linger forever on the lips of men. Ya Baha'u'llah.
Ya
Ya Baha'u'llah.
Ya Baha'u'llah.
So what do I have to leave here?
Yeah, Baha'u'llah.
It's 7:20.
Beautiful space. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for joining. Please unmute yourselves and be on the lookout because there'll be other pop-up prayers. And So please, we will do the same thing. This was decided at 8 o'clock by the Spirit. Thank everyone for your participation. As Roya mentioned, she has recorded it and will be shared with Mr. Dunbar and his family, friends and close ones to him. And just, again, my heart's overwhelmed for the faces in this space and just the shoulders the spiritual shoulders that guide us and that we stand on, that are still in our midst, as well as the conquerors on high. And just ever grateful for everyone in their participation.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Roy.
Thank you.
Remember,
To
there's
everyone.
only hasta luego until
Good
later.
night.
Hasta
Good night,
luego.
everyone. Love you all.
Ciao, ciao.
Aloha,
Aloha.
pa.
Yapa. Thank you,
Brother
Leah.
Paul,
Aloha, everyone.
And
Mr.
hello, Bill.
Maxwell.
Aloha.
Mr. Maxwell, it's so good to see you.
Hello,
Give
Bill.
There's space for William, Mr. Maxwell, Mr. Gilmore, and Mr. Bullock. There's a little space for you guys to talk. I see that in the eyes and the hearts. I feel it. I'm not shutting it down. Give you your space to greet each other. I see the so.
Magnificent.
It's been so long.
It's good to see you, Bill Maxwell.